Hi, welcome to Geek at the Knees reacts to the Sony Conference. I'm Alex Hilston, and I'm joined by... Oh, I'm going to do it in reverse order.
Yes.
Everyone's favourite biscuit, Ginger Snaps.
Hey.
Leah Foster.
Oh, I did it again.
This is fine. Billy Collector from Back Forward. Liam Osborne.
Liam Osborne.
I said Liam Osborne.
Yes. You missed that LTD, but it's fine.
Oh, but you told me you didn't want a limited edition anymore.
Did I?
When I showed you the design, you're like, I don't want a limited edition.
Big Collector's cool.
And the better Osborne. Especially as Simon Osborne.
Hello.
What's up? So obviously we just gave you kind of the best of bits of the Sony Conference snaps.
Yeah.
What did you think of what you did see?
Spider-Man. Into my eyes.
Yeah. It was
It
real
looks
good.
awesome. Exactly what they needed. Exactly what I wanted it to be.
Gameplay's on point on that.
Yeah, like the gameplay looks really good. My only thing is I'm a little bit concerned that it was very jumpy between his gameplay, his video, his QuickTime event, his gameplay. Like it was a bit, I don't know. It seemed a bit sort of like you got a tiny bit of gameplay to then go into a QuickTime event to then see a CG bit to then go back into it. But
If the whole game's like that, it might get a bit much.
yeah, but like you were saying, I hope it's like open world like 2 and was it Web of Shadows was?
Yeah.
It was open world, so you could swing around and go.
Yeah, they'll
places
probably
as well.
do something similar. Like you can run around and there'll be like some woman getting mugged. Like,
Yeah.
Go help this woman get mugged.
Just like Batman.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah. So I mean, actually going down through the conference and everything we had, obviously it was kind of stuff we already knew about that was coming, and it was just more confirmed, but not real. Like there wasn't dates. It was just like it's coming 2018. It's coming fall of 2017.
Very few surprises. Not a lot of windows for... Well, a lot of windows and not a lot of set dates.
Yeah.
Even God of War doesn't have a set date.
Yeah, that was still just 2018.
I thought that would have a set date.
There was probably only like, 3 things that had set dates?
But they were already ones that we knew.
Yeah,
so it was like
we
Call
all
of
know.
Duty, Destiny 2, Marvel
Cry.
vs. Capcom actually had a date. But everything else was like, coming 2017, coming 2018. It kind of sucked. Hoping for more confirmed.
It was good to see them banging in a few VR games
Yeah.
to show that they are actually going to attempt to support it and not Vita kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, they needed to do that. It was odd when they kind of did it as a sandwich, like filler, they did it in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, here's a load of stuff. Oh, here's the VR stuff. Here's a load of more stuff.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I think because if they'd done it at the beginning or the end, people would have been like, why
I
did
guess it
they
would've
start with VR? Or,
it would've been a killer,
why did
wouldn't
they
it?
end with VR?
Yeah, it would have like kind of killed the mood straight away, because it's not for everyone. It is for like the elite PlayStation people, isn't it?
I would have liked an update to the Move controllers. Just something that allows the Oculus and the
Vive.
games to be ported over a little bit easier.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
it kind of sucks. But obviously, yeah, so we got, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, Horizon Zero Dawn. Was that your stomach?
That was
It
my
went, Horizon Zero Dawn DLC we saw coming.
Yeah.
Days Gone we knew was going to do something. But some shocks was the Monster Hunter Worlds.
Yeah.
That looks pretty
I
legit.
don't think anyone saw that one coming.
No, I didn't. Because I thought that it was going to be just like the XX or whatever it is that's coming to Switch, but I just thought it was going to be the PS4 one.
The trailer was cut a bit weird though.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
Really weird, like, quick cuts.
Yeah.
I guess it's because, obviously, with Monster Hunter, especially when you're being chased by monsters, remember, like, you'd be running for ages, go to the
then-
next bit, loading, then, yeah, so that would have been a bit janky, but that was cool. And then, obviously, the other shocker after that was Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Remake of a remake.
Remake of it was a HD collection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't actually upscaled or anything. It was just like, here it is again.
They saw out the controllers,
Yeah.
the controls. That game will be bitching.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it looked fantastic with the upgraded stuff.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
Back to Monster Hunter though, I saw something online today and it looks like it's on Xbox as well. It's not just a Sony exclusive.
Ah.
Surprised for that.
Yeah. I guess with the one coming out on Switch, probably they're just throwing it around.
Well, because it was always just Nintendo and PlayStation that ever had any of the Monster Hunter games.
Yeah.
So for this one to be the first on
I'll
Xbox was
double
quite
check,
cool.
but
Yeah.
I'm sure I did see it.
Must be
for
massive.
Xbox.
We didn't say anything about it being exclusive, did it? But then again, Sony don't. They tend to. Oh no, they do, don't they? At the start, it's just like only on PlayStation. They didn't say
Seemed to do
that.
that this year. I didn't see a lot of it.
I think they did for when they showed the trailers individually, but yeah.
It wasn't like the Xbox One, which was like exclusive.
This is all we have.
Launch exclusive!
Yeah. Oh god, that was so confusing. Then we obviously knew about the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Again, that was the only one that actually had a date on it. Call of Duty World War 2. Skyrim VR, so when we were on about the VR stuff, that was an odd one.
Yeah.
Kind of made sense because obviously if Bethesda's already done the Fallout 4.
And it's cool that they saved that for... It's not like, you know how EA was like, oh yeah, here's this, but wait for the Microsoft conference. They kind of poo-pooed it. So if Bethesda had been like, you know...
Bethesda going balls in on VR is pretty cool.
Yeah,
So it's like
it's
Fallout, Doom, and Skyrim.
It's awesome.
My only issue is those games are really buggy, and
Yeah.
how are they going to play in VR?
Which is already fairly buggy on its own.
Yeah. Back on Monster Hunter, yeah,
Okay.
it is
Yeah.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Oh, solid. That's cool. On board with that. Then the rest was like there was some. It was the Impatient that was obviously done with the people that did Outlast. That looked kind of cool.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're in jump scares. That's a no for you. But that was part of their like VR section. So it was that, and there was obviously a Final Fantasy 15
Fishing game.
fishing game. What was it? It was a Monster of the Deep.
Monster of the Deep.
Yeah.
I played a lot of fishing in Final Fantasy 15 to get that sweet trophy, so I'll no doubt give it a go if I pick up a VR headset.
VR, yeah. There was also like Bravo Team, which was like a very weird sort of
Kind of just looked like Counter-Strike.
but more like very cover based.
Yeah.
So it looked kind of like XCOM meets that. It was like you move to the cover and then you like VR'd looking over with the gun.
VR.
Yeah. It's a verb.
The
VR.
verb of VR.
I virtual reality'd over it. Then Moss was like one we were on about with the mouse earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
So it's like you're like a. It's kind of like Black and White, where you're like the big thing with like hands, and you could just like help villagers or whatever. But it was like a little mouse, get through levels. Kind of interesting. Then obviously God of War. Again, it was another one of those ones where it's just like we knew it was coming, but no actual release date. Just coming 2018. Well, early 2018, but
It was pretty much the same with Detroit
yeah,
Become Human,
yeah.
where it was just more of the same, but no release window.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that would have a release window, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I expected from either Detroit, God of War, or Days Gone to have a firm date.
But it just didn't. Like, it was very odd that Sony didn't do anything like that. So yeah, that was what came after God of War was Detroit, which looked really cool. Like the trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
Gave you another character that you're obviously going to play as. Cool. Marcus, which is obviously like the revolution leader or whatever for it. Destiny 2 again was one that we saw and knew was going to come.
Just got all the their exclusives
Yeah.
that are coming.
Strike, armor, some weapons, and a ship.
Yes.
Ooh.
They did look quite cool. They were quite cool. And then obviously they finally ended on the Spider-Man one,
Perfect end.
which looked great, which we've already spoken about.
Yeah.
Missed out some. We didn't say Days Gone. Some more gameplay. Don't know.
Oh yeah, I thought we mentioned a little bit that it was, it was one of those ones where we expected it to come, sort of thing. I mean, what was there looked good, but
See, there's Zombie Bear.
Zombie Bear. My gripe was just like it looks very Last of Us, and it's like PlayStation already got Last of Us. It's like, are they doubling down on the same thing? Is it going to be too much?
And when
of
are
the
they
same
going to
thing?
release that? When's Last of Us 2?
Again, no window.
They didn't even show anything this conference.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
That'll be a little while away.
Yeah.
What is
There was some announcements that they didn't put in their conference. So
Yeah, it was in the pre-show before.
yeah, so there was NAC 2
Ooh.
September. I didn't get the date for it. September.
Yeah, it was more pre-show where they actually gave you proper dates.
September 5th for NAC 2. And I believe they also put a date on GT Sport,
Yeah.
but they didn't talk about that in the main show either.
Yeah, that was a very strange one that I thought, was that at the start they showed like Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah, they gave a date on that one as well.
And
didn't
a
Yeah.
date on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I found that very, very weird that they
Oh.
dead.
Sorry, ears.
I mean, I know they didn't talk about it in the main conference, but I'm pretty hyped for Ni no Kuni 2. And I didn't even play the first one.
Oh, did you know?
But I'm
No,
just
I didn't play it.
I really wish I'd had.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I played, admittedly, only like a couple of hours of it, but I played like at least 3 or 4 hours of the first one, and it was incredible.
That's what I played pretty much, about
Yeah.
3 hours.
It was really
Everyone
just
I know who's
looks-
played it has said it's incredible.
It just looks beautiful.
It's like it's like all round game that's just really good. Like it looks good, plays well, and then like the story you actually gave a crap about a lot of the characters, so it was really, really good. Yeah, so overall thoughts of the conference was...
Meh.
Yeah.
Weren't my favourite conference of all of them.
Favourite.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a very games, no release dates, but just little check-ins just to make sure that they're all still alive.
Yeah.
Not as good as I thought it was going to be.
No.
I don't know why, but it...
So it was weird, again, it's taken a like a flip, like last year. Sony's was
They
the best
nailed
one. Microsoft was right. It's now, I reckon, Microsoft beat Sony.
Yeah, I felt in terms of like the actual conference, obviously I think in terms of games I care about more, PlayStation 1, but the actual conference, there was moments in the PlayStation 1 where I was just like, cool, man, you need to move on to the next thing, like I don't
The
care
sheer
too much on
volume
this.
of games that Microsoft put out was mental.
Yeah, was it 40,
42,
something?
I think
Yeah.
it was. And I think 42 of them were actually exclusives.
Oh, 22, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh, yeah.
22,
22
yeah.
exclusive, and they said 42 games.
Obviously, that's the launch exclusive.
I was going to say, does that count launch exclusives?
Probably.
I think it did.
Sneaky, wasn't
Sneaky.
I'm pretty sure I saw it online where that was. Yeah, they included them in.
it? Yeah.
The thing I liked about this year was a lot of the conferences seemed to be just game focused, and there was very little random, poorly spoken man, apart from EA.
And Ubisoft.
Yeah, standing up on stage, chatting too much shit.
Yeah.
This is like,
Just basically rehashing what you're seeing. So I don't really want that. I just want.
Well, that's the old school way of doing, like, the act when they said there were conferences, it's like, guy comes out, talks about it, they show you a little bit, guy comes out, talks about it, shows, you know, it was like, only Ubisoft and EA seemed to keep that formula. Everyone else was just like, hey, we're going to talk a little bit, but it was just like, bosh, like, you know, all the videos
It was
and
the
stuff.
same as well, because Microsoft were the only ones who obviously had hardware and a little bit on accessories, but no one else did.
Yeah.
but they
There was
didn't.
no Sony.
bat about
So
it,
Sony
did they?
didn't release any like news. Oh, it's a new controller or anything like that.
Well, Sony announced that gold PS4
The Slim, wasn't it?
game
Yeah.
in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni 2 is 10th of November.
Oh, cool. That's all right.
So that's a lot of
Legit.
information that I think they could have
What
summed
about-
up in a quick
Yeah.
sizzle reel of all these release dates
Considering-
just right near the end
Like
of
this
the
year, yeah.
Did they give a date for GT Sport?
Yeah, I believe they did. I said it. I can't remember.
I thought it was early 18, wasn't it? I think.
We'll figure it
It was weird because, like, the end of the conference, they did the kind of like they did do a sizzle reel, but it was literally just the stuff you literally just watched. So it was like Spider-Man and then like a few other little bits, and that was it. And it was like, yeah, we've just watched that. Why didn't you do the ones at the beginning? Like, why didn't instead of hiding them in the pre-show, why didn't you have those at the end in the sizzle reel, being like, this is coming, this is coming, this is coming? Because then it'd have been like, holy crap, all this stuff's just been announced with dates and stuff. Awesome.
And this year.
And yeah, so yeah, that was a little odd.
Okay, GT Sport just this fall,
Okay, so another one
so
of those.
that's going to get delayed.
That'll be next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years' time.
Like
Yeah.
every GT ever.
Yeah.
Meh.
So yeah, sadly a meh.
A meh out of 10.
Yeah.
As I said, least favourite conference.
Favourite.
Yeah, it didn't blow my life apart, but it didn't disappoint me.
I was going to say, I
Yeah.
don't think
You know, it's very
they didn't soil it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did, I think, really what they needed to do.
Well, it's like I think we said, didn't we, just before it started, we were like, even if they just turn up and just say there are some games, people would have been like, cool, that's all we needed to know anyway. It was just like, I guess it probably didn't help us because it was like 2 a.m. and we were like, come on, just actually show us some fun. So, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, no, come on, like, yeah.
Yeah,
If you think about it, you can lift 30 of those games from the Xbox conference that are going to be on PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
They just didn't show them.
And stuff from Ubisoft. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's our reacts for the Sony conference. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
See you next time.